I'd like to say welcome back to Just a Girl with a Voice. My name is Victoria James, and I am your podcast princess. And today's episode is one paying homage to mothers. That's right. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, and so I want to do something special for all the moms out there. Okay, so let's dive right in. What is a mom? Like, what would you say your definition of a mom is? It's different and it's subjective for everybody because not everybody I know, not everybody has the same experience. Um, some people may have uh, an adoptive mom. Some people might have a stepmom. Some people might have their biological mom, but she's not really a mom. Some people might have a mother-like figure, a grandma, a auntie, something of that nature. Whatever it is and whatever the case may be concerning that, though, I guess I would say the basic definition of a mom to me would be someone that is there to nurture you and to make sure that you're safe and you feel loved, and someone that kind of teaches you about life. A mother's importance is crucial for a child's development because it provides um, the emotional, the physical, and the cognitive support. Mothers play a vital role in a child's sense of self, social skills, and overall well being. And they can impact the future relationships and even career paths. A mother can help with the emotional foundation and attachment. So basically, moms provide that primary source of comfort and emotional security. The bond is crucial because it overall contributes to the healthy emotional development and attachment style of the child. That bond can also impact the child's ability to regulate emotions, develop empathy, and build a healthy relationship later on in life. I'd like to say the mom is like the first defense. When you come into this world, your mom is the first person that you meet. She's going to be your first caregiver. She's going to provide you with the physical care, the nourishment, and the protection. She's going to help you to feel loved and safe and secure. Also, they are the first teachers and mentors in our lives. Mothers teach us valuable life skills like language, social skills, and moral values. They serve as role models, influencers of children's behaviors and attitudes and beliefs. Mothers impart wisdom and guidance, and they help their children navigate challenges and make sound decisions. Another thing about mothers across the board worldwide, they're just respected in the community. They're the glue that holds the family together. They create unity, and they play a key role in shaping how children interact with other family members. Mothers are the advocates for their children. I know I am. I go to bat for my children, and I always will, right? So they ensure that we get what we need to thrive. They're the first to notice when a child is struggling and may need extra help on something. They go out of their way to get the help or seek the guidance or the support to do that if they don't have such, because they realize that the child's well-being overall is the most important thing. Mothers aren't just caregivers. They play several roles. The nurturer, the teacher, the mentor, the advocate, the doctor even, the therapist. They, whatever a mom does, impacts a child's life profoundly, and it's lasting, shaping not only the individual development but also their future as members of society. Now, it's like I said before, everybody's situation is different. Unfortunately, I grew up and I didn't know my mom, my biological mom. Um, it was all just kind of placed on me at a very young age. My parents had split up, and my dad had ended up meeting another woman and falling in love, and she ended up being that mother figure for me. She ended up being my mom. Um, but it didn't take away from the fact that, I had those questions growing up of why my mom wasn't around, why she didn't want to be involved, why she never reached out to try and find me. I was very conflicted growing up, and I was very confused about it all. And I wish that, you know, I had time where I could get those straight answers from her. But unfortunately, as I grew older and I tried to have those conversations, it didn't really lead me to anywhere positive. Nothing good came out of it, no closure. Um, and I was kind of left with like those emotions and those feelings like, okay, so what do I do with this now? Like, I'm having these negative feelings, this negative experience. So, what do I do with this? Do I just keep harping on it, or do I find a way to move past this? And I remember just feeling like sick of feeling sick and tired, if you get what I'm saying. And so, fast forward in my adult life, I decided to kind of give it another go. At this point in time, I was going through my divorce, and she came up again, and she said, maybe come stay with me. And so I was down for it. I was like, this would be cool because this is the time that I missed out on, and maybe this will do something for my healing. But unfortunately, it didn't. It actually had the opposite effect. So at the time, also, my granddad was suffering from dementia and he was in his ending stages. And I was back and forth a lot to my hometown because I didn't want him to go without me being able to say goodbye. In his last days, um, he ended up passing, and I came back home, or so I thought. And I remember being met with confrontation. As soon as I walked in the door, she was like, "Hey, I need some money." And I was just like, "I don't have it." I've been riding up and down the road. I haven't been to work. Um, I don't have it. Give me a couple of weeks. I'll come up with it. Um, I remember her getting like irate about this money and telling me to get out her house. And I literally was standing there, with my hands up, just like, what's happening? Like, literally, I just lost my granddad like moments ago, literally. And here you are talking about you want some money. And I just remember thinking, like, how selfish could a person be? Well, it continued to escalate as she threw a trash bag at me and told me to get my stuff, pack it up, and get out her house. Um, there was even a moment where she got in my face as if she wanted to fight me, and I remember laughing and just being like, I'm not touching you, so you can really stop, because I'm not doing all of that with you. I'm getting my stuff. I'm going to go ahead and go. And then shortly after me leaving, she wasted no time calling my ex-husband, which she thought we weren't on talking terms or whatever. I don't know what she thought, but she called him and told him, I don't know what's going on with her. She just left. She just packed all our things, and she got her alibi together because we were in an area that wasn't the safest, and she knew that. And I was out there all alone and by myself, and I was homeless for about 3 days. It was unfortunate for me because I really was looking at that like this could be like my redo moment. Like, this could be a reset button for us to actually build something and have that mother daughter bond that I so craved. And it didn't turn out that way. And so when life gives you lemons, what do you do? Do you sour at the lemons, or do you make lemonade? And I think I made lemonade 10 times over by now. I think I have. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like that whole experience kind of made me think about what kind of mother I wanted to be. Because at the time, I had two of my own. At the time, it was just 2. And it really made me focus on what kind of mother I didn't want to be. And it made me kind of challenge those things that were already kind of embedded in me. Um, the abandonment issues, the trust issues that I had. It really made me look at that stuff in the mirror and work on it, because I realized that I wanted to be better, not only for myself, but for them. And so that goes back to what I was saying about mothers, being that first line of defense, being um, that advocate for you, doing whatever it is that they have to do to make sure that on the opposite end of it, on the other end of it, that you're going to come out okay. And that was the goal, that my kids came out okay. And I'm not perfect. I mean, nobody's perfect. Everybody has something, right? Um, but I just remember thinking, like, I got to be better than that. And that sounds harsh, um, but it is what it is. That's the reality of the situation. So I am thankful for the things that God has placed in my life to kind of counteract that and not make the fall so hard. I am grateful for the women in my life that came and rallied around me, um, including my stepmom, my auntie, my big ma, that kind of played that role, um, and helped it feel less hard for me. So, being that Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, here are some of the nicer things that you can say to your mom if you're having trouble finding something. You could say something simple and heartfelt, such as, "Thank you for everything you do. You're my hero. I'm glad you're my mom, and you're simply amazing." Or you can go more specific and thoughtful and say things such as, "You've taught me so much. I'm lucky to have you, and you're the glue that holds us together." Adding a personal touch such as, "Thank you for being there," or "You're the best mom in the world." Some ways that you can express your love to your mother are hugs and kisses, offering affection without being asked, rubbing her shoulders, giving her a little massage, offering her smiles, and not brushing off her affection, her hugs and kisses in public. Because trust me, I know that secondhand embarrassment. I have a 7-year-old that does this to me all the time. And I literally look at him and I'm like, "Have you lost it? Have you lost it?" And then to like plan something for Mom's Day. Like, and if you're having um, some issues with finding out what it is you can do, that makes her feel special, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. Like, that's the common misconception with these kind of holidays, right? Because something that comes from the heart is going to mean so much more than something that you can spend $200 on. So, for instance, you can do like a handwritten card with a nice little note inside. You can buy her flowers, let her sleep in, and enjoy her morning. Wake up slow to a nice, peaceful, blissful morning, right? Planning a family activity like a picnic. You can give her a day off from doing her least favorite task, like washing the dishes. Um, you can send her off to a hotel getaway. Now that's more on the expensive side, but yeah. Um, you can get her creative gift cards, like a bouquet of gift cards or something like that, or just make a day free of decisions. I saw this one thing, and this was more or less like on a relationship tip that people did, but they had these coupons that they made, and it's like redeem for like one massage or redeem for like a cooked meal or something like that. Maybe something of that sort, but just cater it towards your mom. And I feel like that would just be the best thing ever.
Artlist.io.
And now we're reaching a segment I like to call inspiration. Okay, so today I have two quotes. I couldn't decide, and I just felt like with the holiday, like they fit so perfectly. So I've got two for you today. The first one is from Maya Angelou, and it's to describe my mother would be to write about a hurricane in its perfect power. Love that. The next quote says, motherhood is the biggest gamble in the world. It is the glorious life force. It's huge and scary. It's an act of infinite optimism. That's by Gilda Radner. And I just like to take a moment and put out my special dedication message for my mom. And, I never really do this kind of sappy stuff anymore. I used to write my stepmom, I used to write her poems and like slide it under her door, especially like when I got in trouble for things. Like I'm like, yeah, let me just go ahead and just profess my undying love to my mother. But here I have a special message. So if you're listening, this is for you. There aren't enough words in the world to say how much you mean to me. I love you, Mom. I can't fathom what it was like to put up with me and all of my shenanigans throughout the years. Nonetheless, you've done it with grace and patience. You are the reason for everything I was, everything I am, and everything I will ever be. Thank you for loving me and putting up with me. I am honored to call you Mom. All right, guys, so you know what time it is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me on this special Mother's Day episode. I hope you all have a wonderful Mother's Day. All the moms out there, I hope that your kids treat you to a nice brunch, lunch, whatever the situation is, and that you're just able to enjoy and experience your day with love, okay? And all you kids out there, do not wait at the last moment to book the restaurants because they will be booked up. I'm telling you right now. Plan accordingly. All right, so if you guys want to follow the show, you can follow us on our Facebook at Just a Girl with a Voice 1, our Instagram at Just a Girl with a Voice 1, or our YouTube, which I'm uploading our episodes weekly at Just a Girl with a Voice 1 as well. If you want to reach out with any comments, questions, suggestions, or if you just have an idea for the show, you can hit us up at justagirlwithavoice1 at gmail.com. That's justagirlwithavoice1 at gmail.com. You guys have been a pleasure, and I will see you guys next week. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.